a celebration of American theater. It's a celebration of our entire industry and our field. It's a celebration of American Theater Magazine.
We are celebrating American Theater's 25th anniversary, and we are celebrating the leading publication for American theater.
I'm thrilled and delighted that American Theater is turning 25 and for what all it means for the field.
What was I doing at 25?
I was just starting out in my first professional theater job.
At 25, I was an up-and-coming artist.
I was an artist, but I don't think I had found my voice at that point.
I was performing in The Wiz on Broadway. I was making $400 a week and I thought I was rich.
After 25, you kind of established who you are and what you believe in.
You've accomplished a whole lot in 25, but there's the rest of time to keep doing what you want to do and better the thing that you're already doing.
We are the national organization for nonprofit professional theater in the U.S. One of the things that TCG is specialized in is the actual communication among theater practitioners from all walks.
What I think TCG helps us do is connect the people to whom it really matters to the resources. It's making the industry flourish.
My aunt, she did one of the greatest things anyone has ever done to me. She decided to support my desire to be a theater artist because she thought I would become like Horton Foote. So she bought me a subscription to American Theater Magazine.
We're the largest publisher of dramatic literature in North America, and the magazine is a part of our publications effort.
The magazine began with a staff of 2 as an outgrowth of a monthly newsletter published by Theater Communications Group. At the time, there had been no national general circulation publication about the theater for 20 years, believe it or not.
What happened with American theater was it became a broader mission.
The magazine, I think, is a central point of communication in and among the field, and I think it's one unifying voice at a time when that's desperately needed.
It's very important for the theater community to have our own magazine to celebrate what we do, talk about our issues, and to highlight artists.
I think that American Theater is one of the few publications where we actually get to have a real conversation about the state of theater in America. Not about the commercial part of it, not about what sells, not about what's a hit, but what's really going on.
It's always been there for incisive articles, interesting guidelines to the newest work. I love the annual edition that talks about all the work that's being done across the nation.
Theater is a huge industry, and we need a clearinghouse, a venue that we can go to and discover our counterparts.
It's not just about what's going on in America, but it's how America relates to the rest of the world in the theater.
Who is seeing what we're doing? Are we relevant? That's a really big question that people are looking at. And I think American theater can play a role in making it really relevant.
I think American theater has done a great deal to support the sense of theater all across the country.
It's the best magazine about the theater that I know of.
You need patience for a miracle.
Theater arts are extremely important. I cannot emphasize it enough.
It's an amazing art form that brings people together. It's the most collaborative, I think, so many of the different art forms that are out there.
It is a place for debate, it's a place for community, it's a place for conversation.
I think it's one of the most honest art forms that we have still around.
A theater space is one of the few spaces in our culture remaining where a group of people actually gets together and responds to propositions, to stories, to ideas, to trains of thought, and responds together as a group.
I think that people always have a need to get together to celebrate what it means to be human. And I think that's what theater does so extraordinarily well.
Art, and especially the legitimate theater, evolves more quickly than any other aspect of a country's culture.
As we continue to evolve, the industry and the field has got to figure out how to stay current.
I think that we must really question what are the new theatrical forms? How can we make what happened on this stage so different from what happens on film, television, or the internet, that people will understand why they need to come to the theater?
When I look into the future, I see not 2% of the American population seeing theater, I see 50% of the American population seeing theater.
It's so important to me, it's really vital in my life, and I think many people here at this celebration share that feeling.
Look at all of these people here. They've been connected to the organization for more than 25 years. This is the history, this is where we come from. At the same time, it shows this is where we're going.
It's 25 years of history, of interviews, of artistry, and it's going to be another 25, 50, 75 years in front of us. And what we're celebrating tonight is the real coming together of the American theater field in a way that no other organization can bring it together.
It's important for anyone who cares about the health and the vibrance of their communities and this nation to support theaters and the strength of that community.